All right, so we're set to go with the next fight. It's an 8-rounder in the super lightweight division, 140-pound division. You take a look at the details, and you can see not much difference in age there, just a year. As far as the weight is concerned, a little bit heavier is Goipnazarov. You've got the height exactly the same, and 3 inches advantage in reach for Moras. All right, here's Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with the action here at the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. Once again, proudly presented to you by Hall of Fame boxing promoter Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated, and sponsored by Tecate, Born Bold. This bout, 8 rounds in the super lightweight division. The 3 judges are Max DeLuca, John Potterig, and Don Trella. At the sound of the bell, the man in charge, referee Earl Brown. Introducing first, the fighter in the blue corner. He steps in wearing the colors of his homeland, blue, white, and green. He weighed in at an official 138 pounds. In the summer of 2016, he captured the ultimate prize in world amateur boxing, the Olympic gold, at Rio 2016. And now he enters the ring for the 2nd time as a pro with 1 victory and 1 KO. Representing Bekabod, Uzbekistan, Fazliddin, Goipnazarov. Standing across the ring in the red corner, wearing black with white, he weighed in at 135 3/4 pounds. He enters the ring for the 12th time as a professional with 6 victories, 2 defeats, 3 draws, 3 of those victories coming by way of KO. Fighting out of Lawrence, Massachusetts, Agustin Ruthless Maura.
All right, Earl Brown brings him in. 10-point must-scoring system. No standing 8 count. No 3 knockdown rule. Fighter cannot be saved at the bell in any round. Only the referee can stop the fight.
Professional fight. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves if you want. Back to your corner.
Moras has the reach advantage. Fazliddin, well, the big story on him was in his professional debut a few months ago against Victor Vasquez. He stopped in 2 rounds over there in Carson, California. To tell you how popular he is, they had 50,000 views in 3 days on the internet, taking a look at Fazliddin Goipnazarov. He's a good one. Extensive amateur career, 2012 Olympics. Goipnazarov is in the green trunks. Does a lot of slick things. He has nice uppercut. He works his body. Moras is a very tough kid from Lawrence, Massachusetts. Turned pro in May of 2011 with a TKO win over Fred Manrakia in Worcester, Mass. He fought 9 times. Now look at Goipnazarov is loading up his shots. Goipnazarov, as you see, is a southpaw. 2012 Olympics in Rio, he won the gold medal. And he's got some fans here. Loads up that left hand right down the middle to the orthodox fighter. And if the way to beat a southpaw is to throw the right hand down the middle, when you're a southpaw, you throw the left hand down the middle. But
Break, don't punch, don't punch. Let him go.
Faz has a lot in his arsenal of weapons. Hails from Uzbekistan. Bakabad.
Break, don't punch. Break.
Earl Brown right on top of that. And they're banging on the inside. A little wild with those punches right now is Goipnazarov. He's anxious. This is a big deal fighting in Madison Square Garden for a kid from Uzbekistan. A straight right hand by Moras. Moras comes from a tough place in Massachusetts. Lawrence, a very tough kid, never been stopped. This is a tall order for him to fight this world-class fighter. Earl calls timeout. It looks like we got a shoelace that came undone, and Earl spotted that immediately. Moras in his 12th pro fight, but he's against this guy that's got a huge amateur background. So it's tough.
All right, time in. Fight.
Goipnazarov right back to work. Clips him with that right hand behind the head. Tap with the jab. He was setting up the left hand that time. All aggressiveness by the kid from Uzbekistan. Early crowd here in Madison Square Garden that likes what they see of Faz. Sets traps too. He sits and waits. He's trying to sucker him in with that head movement. Try to get Augustine to move in on him and then pot shot him. Still fighting as a southpaw. Straight left hand again. Catches Augustine.
Break. Don't punch.
Goipnazarov very quick on his feet as well. Caught him with that left hand. Glove partially blocked it, but he caught him a pretty good clip. Both guys waiting, but who gets off first? Faz. Big body shot, closing seconds now. This is the first round. That's a good round for Goipnazarov. Well, the crowd likes what they see. Maras, 6-2-3, 3 KOs. Sean Farley, Ariel Olivas, and Adrian Sosa working with him. But 9 times without a loss between 2011 and 2014. And Goipnazarov's corner, Danny Milano. I'll let you translate the other 2 names. I met Donatas in the elevator, and he was saying his last name, which is actually Jack Kevin Cayuse. And I said, I'm just calling you Donna.
All right, second, let's go. Make sure you get that water up, please. Make sure you get that water up.
So we moved around number 2. I'm the Colonel Bob Sherdam. We're streaming live on TopRank.com. The big fight's coming up a little bit later on. Don't forget, on HBO at 10 o'clock, you've got the big one, Terrence Crawford and Felix Diaz for the Super Lightweight Championship of the World. Don't miss it. Here, we've got the Olympic gold medalists in Fazliddin and Goipnazarov in the green trunks with the blue and white trim on them. Augustine Marus has his hands full with this guy. Augustine is some kind of tough character, I'll tell you. Body shot downstairs. He took some punishment in the first round, but he's never been stopped. He clipped with a pretty solid right hand that time. Well, Ross in his 12th pro fight hasn't seen anybody with this kind of skill that Goipnazarov possesses. Even though he's had many more professional fights, Goipnazarov's only in his 2nd pro fight, but with all of that international competition, this is a polished fighter. Nice positioning by Faz. Just outside the punching area of Moraz.
Break. Don't punch. Don't punch. Don't punch. When I say don't punch, don't punch. All right? Fight.
Earl Brown, another one of those good New York referees. Says, when I tell you not to punch, don't punch. He's the boss in there. Great left hand again, scored by Goipnazarov. Uppercuts, then there's the hand speed. You throw about 7 or 8 punches. That was kind of a bolo punch. I haven't seen one of those in a while. He loaded that uppercut, but he wound up. That can be a dangerous punch if you don't land it. But he's not afraid to throw it. Not against Maras. High work rate of Fazliddin. Fazli's a big name back in Uzbekistan and all of Eastern Europe. These Eastern European fighters have really come into their own in the past 4 or 5 years.
Both of you guys, watch your heads, man. Watch your heads.
Top Rank is glad to have this one. Just playing out, boxed him again. In the closing seconds of the second round, another good round for Goipnazarov as the bell.
Over the gloves, having a
Goipnazarov in the green trunks from Uzbekistan. Did some nice work in. Look at the hand speed there. Shoe shine punches, but a few power shots in between. Makes this guy miss, pushes him away with the right hand, and then there's all the punches. Followed by the bolo shot, which didn't quite connect, but a good idea. And another one. So.
All right, seconds, let's go. Come on, let's go, seconds.
All right, here we go. Round number 3. The Colonel Bob Sheridan here. We're streaming live on TopRank.com. Christina Ponch will be joining us later on in our international telecast. She'll handle all the interviews and provide her special brand of cover and color.
Break, 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 break. Ah, break. When I say break, break. No, don't push it. All right.
I don't know if he understands what Earl's saying, but Earl pretty definitive in telling him not to push. And don't forget, at 10 o'clock, HBO goes live in the United States. Terrence Crawford and Felix Diaz, the super lightweight championship of the world. You won't want to miss that. Crawford going from star status to superstar status rapidly. Ross doing the best he can, trying to get some shots downstairs, but nothing seems to take a toll on Fazliddin. Nice straight left hand that time.
Don't punch, let him go.
And he grabs on. This guy is so slick for a guy in his second professional fight. Thinking of another guy, Vasily Lomachenko, who was ready to go right from the get-go, too. Faz, as a matter of fact, fought Vasily Lomachenko at the time when Lomachenko had 360 amateur fights. He lost, but it was a close fight to Vasily. That makes you a pretty good fighter. And that's what Goipnazarov is showing us out here tonight. He's an excellent boxer. And like we knew with this kid from Lawrence, Mass, Augustine Moras, tough kid, taking everything that Fazliddin has had to offer. Fazliddin wide-eyed, full of confidence here in the third round. And he's roughing up on the inside, too. A little bit wild sometimes like that. That time he's slinging the left hand at him. How tough this kid is from Massachusetts. Hanging right in there. Here comes the bell and round number 3. Nice boxing round for Goipnazarov.
You're dragging this guy right to where we want to be.
I got a 30-27 on my score sheet.
All right.
Got that water? Ariel, you got water bottle?
But this is a good test for Goipnazarov because Moras, like I said, is a very, very tough fighter. He fought 9 times without a loss between 2011 and 2014. As Rachel, one of our top-ranked girls. Round number 4. She's actually Miss North Hollywood, so Bob Arum loves the ring card girls. So does everybody else, by the way. All right, we moved to round number 4. The Colonel Bob Sheridan here. We're streaming live on toprank.com. Got this fight. Couple more for you after that, and then we start our international telecast. So round number 4 in the green trunks. That's Fazliddin, Goipnazarov, Augustin Maras in the black trunks. He's taking some shots. He is tough. His punches just don't seem to take any toll on Goipnazarov. Maras landed a solid right hand there, almost a backhand, sort of speed bag sort of punch from Goipnazarov that time. He's going to learn to sit down and land with power, and he just did that time. He's loading up shots now. He doesn't throw coming in, though. He doesn't jab his way in. He kind of measures him with that right hand and then throws the left. See, no jabbing coming in. He's very quick on his feet, so he can get away with it, but he taps with the right hand, and then he loads up the power shot. Or he'll unleash a solid right hand. Which, you know, that time he walked into a jab because he's not jabbing himself. So in spite of the fact, you know, when you're an amateur fighter, you can get away with a lot of that stuff because of the headgear. But as a professional, you got to keep the guy off you. He has no respect for the punching power of Maras at all. And Maras, in his 6 wins, does have 3 knockouts, but not fighting this caliber of fighter. Just seeing Goipnazarov's eyes, the wide-eyed, loading up that uppercut again that caught the body. But if he did just come down instead of coming with an uppercut, he would have caught him right underneath the elbow in that area of the liver, which we've already seen. If you've been watching throughout the course of the evening, some damage done with liver shots. Goipnazarov just, you know, outboxing him throughout. Stiff jab that time. But technically, he doesn't throw his jab technically perfect. He, you know, when he's on the inside, he'll come with uppercuts, and he doesn't drive off the back foot with his jab. He just stands there flat-footed and kind of punches off the front foot. You can't get power with your jab when you punch like that. But he's learning. And he's certainly, you know, he's got all the tools, the natural ability, the speed. Heck, this guy's in a 2012 Olympic gold medalist. Light welterweight division, so he can fight. A little blood trickle. Maybe it's coming from the nostril of Goipnazarov. Or is it above the eye? I can't tell. We'll have to go to the corner and see. But that's another Goipnazarov round. Accidental headbutt caused that cut. That's important because after this 4th round, accidental headbutt, if the fight is stopped because of that, we go to the scorecards and it's a technical decision. And right now, Goipnazarov is way out in front of the fight, so he would get the win.
Accidental headbutt. You got to watch that head. You got to watch that head, all right? Yes, sir.
If it was prior to the 4 rounds, it would be a no contest. To this combination. Not sure where these heads came off. That's one of his best left hands in the fight. Big power shot. Time has been called.
You guys got to get that water up, man.
Joe Brown wants that corner policed up.
Give it down.
By the way, as we move to the 5th round, this was originally scheduled to be 6 or 8.
Fight.
Fighters wanted to go 8 rounds, which, of course, would be to the advantage of Maras, since Goipnazarov is only in his 2nd professional fight. And that's what they're hoping to do, is wear this guy down, knowing that Maras hasn't been stopped. Boy, that straight left hand has found a home, hasn't it? Remember, that's the power shot for the southpaw. Goipnazarov in the green to the left of your screen, now facing you, chopping right hand.
your head, please. Fight.
Earl says, watch your head, because there's already been a headbutt. Goipnazarov was cut in the last round. Notice how quick Goipnazarov is on his feet. He bounces in, but he comes in with that hand down. There's a couple of things that I'd like to work with him on if I were training him, but you know, he's got all the raw talent. This is okay out here because he's got the positioning. Here he goes with the jab. That was a better jab, even though he jabs off his front foot. You get your power in your jab by the back foot. See, that's speed bag stuff. That's not going to hurt anybody, but it's going to clear the way for the left hand. And that's the way you get points as an amateur. So he's got to adjust from the amateur fighting style to the professional. Sometimes when they stay as long as an amateur as he was, he's still only 25 years old. So he's got plenty of time to develop, but he still has some amateurish things that he does from habit. Those things will go away. He's getting away without jabbing his way in. When he does, he paws with his jab off the front foot. But, see, he's got the power. Loves to load up that left hand. But if he jabbed his way in, he could come upstairs and then downstairs. He could catch this guy underneath that right elbow. Maras has a tendency when he throws his right hand to leave it out there a little bit. Boy, could you counter with a left hook there. Watch him. See, he leaves it out. Just a little tendency. Actually, Maras, when he decides to jab, has got a decent jab because he's throwing it technically better, but he doesn't throw enough of them, and he waltzes into that kill zone without throwing it, and that's dangerous. And that's why you see Fazzy's just having a field day counter-punching it. It's another round for Goipnazarov. Working on that cut. Can't tell if Maras is. They just got the end swell on him. He's got a little cut below his left eye. Sean Farley, Ariel Ovales, and Adrian Sosa work that corner.
Make sure you get that water up, please.
All right, here we go. This is round number 6. The Colonel Bob Sheridan. We're at Madison Square Garden. We're streaming live on TopRank.com.
Timeout.
Around the world. Earl Brown calls timeout.
Doc.
Wants that doctor to have a look at that eye.
I'm here in the ring. In my corner. I'm about to bring it to him.
What city is it?
Madison Square Garden, New York City, baby.
She says, where are we? Madison Square Garden, New York City, baby.
This last round? 2 more. Ready? Yep. Good. All right.
Doctor says, okay.
Time in. Fight.
All right, here we go. Round number 6. This is scheduled for 8. Nice jabs by Augustine. But not having any effect on Faz. Faz sets up in front of him. This is a double jab. I like that. Let that left hand go behind it. It goes. He measures a lot with his right hand, which is his jabbing hand. But boy, he loves to throw that power shot. And there's it. There it was right there. And another nice one. That was straight right hand, left hand rather, which for the southpaw is his power hand. And he's getting him through. There's again the uppercuts. Missed most of those, but landed a couple. See how tough Maras is? Guy's never been stopped. We're in the 5th round, or 6th round rather. And other than the headbutt, nobody's been shaken at all. Fez looks like he's working in a sparring session right now. That's how confident he is and how wide-eyed and bushy-tailed he is. Boy, he's landing a lot of punches in comparison to Moras. The crowd here at Madison Square Garden come out early to see Fazzy. A lot of people from Uzbekistan, you know, they're fans from Eastern Europe. People feigning around and messing around now. Goipnazarov. Done a good job in the corner of Fazzy. That little bit of blood trickling down. Nice straight left hand again. Pops that head back of Moras. Those plants again. Not much of an offense for Moras. And it's hard for him to throw a power right hand because his legs, as you see in this shot, are very wide apart. When you're from the side, you'll get a better idea just how wide apart. To see how wide those legs are, you can't get power with your right hand when your legs are that far apart. Now he's closed him up a bit. Tries to throw his right hand. A little bit more successful, but there's so much movement by Goipnazarov that he's hard to hit, at least to get a clean punch in on him. See how he works out his corner. Nice job. Very quick on his feet. Sets up again and lands a shot. That ends the 6th round. Outboxing him all the way is Goipnazarov. $60-54 after 6. It's all Faz as you just watch him boxing, controlling everything in there. Pretty slick. He knows how to tie the guy up too when he's on the inside. Loves the pot shot from the outside like this. All right, we move to round number 7.
Come on, second, let's go.
Round number 7. Fazliddin and Goipnazarov. He's got the blue, the white, the green, the yellow shoes. A little pink trim on the yellow shoes, and the black trunks is Augustine Moras. Moras from Lawrence, Massachusetts. Tough kid. He's as tough as they come, but he just doesn't have the great skills that the guy he's in against, even though he's more experienced as a professional. Goipnazarov has had so many amateur fights at the very highest level of international competition that he's outboxing this guy. But he still has, you know, quite a bit to learn. He's got to get out of the amateur style of having no fear of walking in without throwing something hard as he moves up in the super lightweight division, 140-pound division. Don't forget, that's the division where Terrence Crawford reigns. And after 10 o'clock tonight, about 10:15, you'll see HBO Sports come on the air and World Championship fight. Terrence Crawford versus Felix Diaz for the super lightweight championship of the world at stake. While most people think Crawford will waltz through Diaz, this is the night of his life for Diaz and the opportunity of a lifetime. And he's going to take the most advantage of what he's got fighting in Madison Square Garden. And it's not that he's not a good fighter. He's a very, very good fighter. But Crawford is just something very special. You see it all. 10:15, HBO Sports. And we're streaming live on TopRank.com. I'm the Colonel Bob Sheridan. Christina Poncho is part of the show. She'll be with us when we go internationally. Fez is doing just everything he needs to do. It's almost like a sparring session for him. He's just controlling with boxing, not panicking, not trying to go crazy to knock the guy out. In his first pro fight last month in Carson, California, he stopped Victor Vasquez in the second round. And then Christina was telling me that 50,000 viewers in 3 days watched him around the world. 50,000. That's a lot of people interested in boxing. And a kid that's relatively unknown, except in Eastern Europe, and especially in Uzbekistan. Here the cheers in the background is for Faz closing seconds of the 7th round.
Time.
That ends the 7th round, and another boxing round for Goipnazarov. The only way Moras could win the fight is by knockout. 70-63, a perfect shutout for Goipnazarov. Moras got a pretty good cut there above his left eye as well. Not sure when that happened, but done a decent job keeping that shut. And back with a headbutt in the 4th round, Goipnazarov was cut. Well, Moras, it looks like it's just an abrasion now. They had the end swell on top of that. All right, here we go. The 8th and final round. It's been all Goipnazarov in terms of boxing. Nobody's been down. Nobody really shaken. And this is a great fight for Goipnazarov because he's getting the rounds in against a very tough kid named Augustin Moras. Moras from Lawrence, Massachusetts, came in here 6-2-3 with 3 knockouts, but never been stopped. And it doesn't appear that he's going to be stopped tonight either, although Goipnazarov is picking it up pretty good in the pace here in the first 30 seconds of the final round of the fight. Landed some real good shots. Look at this. Full of confidence, not worried about being hit at all. Not jabbing his way in, just power shots all the way now. Look at this. Look at the positioning. Right uppercut. He said we've seen his left uppercut twice. Time he goes with the right uppercut. So he's got a lot in his arsenal. He still has a lot to learn, but he has all the ability, the hand speed, the desire, the confidence. Got a few technical things that he needs to learn, and once he does, remember, he's only in his 2nd professional fight. A lot different than the amateurs, no matter how successful you are. But when the top-ranked matchmakers like Bruce Trample and Brad Goodman, they like a fighter, you know that they're really good fighters, and that's the case with Fazli. Nobody builds fighters better than Top Rank over the years. With almost 2 minutes gone, a nice straight left hand. That's the power hand for the southpaw. Goipnazarov just sits down on every punch right now at this stage. He's not holding him off with a jab, and Moras continues to fight. He just stumbles forward, but look at, there's no quit in this guy. Again, a lot of admiration for him. He was off balance that time more than the punch. Very tough kid and a terrific opponent. Great matchmaking again for Fazliddin to get in against a guy as tough as this in his 2nd professional fight. Closing seconds down the fight. And just pot-shotting here throughout the course of the 8th round is Goipnazarov. That ends it, and that's a shutout on my score sheet. We'll see how the judges see it. 80-72 on my score sheet, but we'll wait in favor of Fazliddin Goipnazarov. 80-72 on my score sheet. but we'll wait in favor of Fazliddin Goipnazarov. 80-72 on my score. 2 on my score sheet, but we'll wait in favor of Fazliddin Goipnazarov. 80-72 on my score. 2 on my score sheet, but we'll wait in favor of Fazliddin Goipnazarov. 80-72 on my score. 2 on my score sheet, but we'll wait in favor of Fazliddin Goipnazarov. 80-70 did a nice job. Of course, he's managed by Aegis Climber. So you take a look at the way this fight came down here from the get-go. It was all Goipnazarov from the get-go in the green trunks. Landing shots almost at will, clean punches. We talked about the things during the course of the fight that he could do to improve, but in terms of Augustin Moras, a very tough guy, but no match, even though he was in his 12th professional fight as opposed to the second professional fight for Fazliddin. It was a great job. They're still gathering up the scorecards, and as soon as Lupe Contreras collects the scorecards, as he has now, all right, so Lupe seems to be set. So we'll get ready to go up to Lupe Contreras for the official particulars. Here's Lupe.
Ladies and gentlemen, after going to a distance of 8 rounds here at Madison Square Garden, all 3 judges are in complete agreement, turning in identical scorecards of 80-72 in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. From Uzbekistan, Fazliddin Goipnazarov.
So, as we thought, Goipnazarov got it the same way as we had it, 80-72. All